In the previous chapter, we saw the mystical heaven sect unveil their powerful four-element cycle array, a formation requiring perfect teamwork and harmony. Despite Luci's confidence and his destructive soul attacks, Chu Ching Chang and her team countered with precision, overwhelming him with their combined strength. The battle ended with Luci being struck down and his teammates flung off the stage, leaving the demon-scheming sect humiliated and the crowd in awe of the mystical heaven sect's formation. Let's begin the story. The four-element cycle array, a fascinating blend of primal chaos and the natural elements. It's powerful in both offense and defense. Even an ethereal stage expert's soul attack wouldn't be able to break through. It would simply get neutralized in the endless cycle of its power. Truly a mystical creation. It's remarkable that the mystical heaven sect, a lower-tier sect no less, has managed to produce such a wondrous formation. Ha ha ha, quite a feat indeed, Chu Ching Chang said, his tone a mix of praise and admiration. Beside him, Yanmo let out a scoff, his expression laced with disdain. Fancy? Sure, but it comes with significant limitations. Not just anyone can activate it. The leader of this formation needs to possess the rare primal spirit constitution. Shui Ruohua has a metal element body. The one in red is fire, the one in blue is wood. Then, with the heavy stabilizing earth element at the core, the formation harmonizes heaven and earth, unleashing this devastating power. But in the hands of average cultivators, the balance of the elements would collapse and the formation would crumble. Chu Ching Chang nodded thoughtfully, acknowledging the flaw. True enough. The formation demands harsh conditions, which limits its practical use. It's not exactly a game changer for the sect, but for those four cultivators, it's a formidable weapon. Clearly, they've chosen it as their ticket to enter Double Dragon Manor. His gaze shifted to Chu Ching Chang, standing amidst the formation. She's the water element, correct? But something feels off. Metal nourishes water, and water in turn nourishes wood. The water element body should connect only with two others. So why does it look like she's the central figure? All the energy, even the earth element's power, is flowing toward her. Yanmo smirked, his voice tinged with mockery. So this is the insight of the so-called best talent in the Western lands? Pathetic, can't you see it? Chu Ching Chang raised an eyebrow, confused. See what? Wait, you've noticed something? With a smug grin, Yanmo nodded. Of course. That girl doesn't possess a water element body at all. She has the legendary empty spirit body. She's simply using a water cultivation method to align herself with the formation. Empty spirit body? Chu Ching Chang's eyes widened, his shock evident. The legendary constitution that can adapt to all elemental cultivation methods? That's the one, Yanmo said with a nod. It's a supporting constitution, capable of transforming and harmonizing various energy types. It's no wonder the formation is so strong. It's all because of her. With an empty spirit body, she can bridge the gap between the elements effortlessly. It's said to be the closest constitution to primal chaos itself. Imagine a rare physique like that coming from a minor lower-tier sect. If the larger sects knew about her, they'd fight tooth and nail to recruit her. Chu Ching Chang exhaled deeply, his respect for the formation's power growing. It all makes sense now. Truly, she's the key to the formation's success. Without her, it wouldn't even function. What a rare talent. Yanmo nodded, but before the discussion could continue, Ye Lin, who had been silent until now, let out a chuckle. A rare body indeed. But don't overestimate her. To lone wolves like us, she's nothing special. Perhaps if she gets stronger, she might become a worthy adversary someday. Yanmo turned to him, his tone suddenly serious. You say that, but you're ignoring the fact that dual cultivation with someone possessing the empty spirit body would skyrocket your cultivation. Imagine the possibilities. Ye Lin scoffed, shaking his head. Dual cultivation? That's a crutch for the weak. The path to true strength lies in oneself. Of the 10 paths to heaven, not a single one relied on such methods. Dual cultivation only dilutes your power. It's a distraction. The 10 paths to heaven? Both Yanmo and Chu Ching Chang spoke in unison, their curiosity piqued. Ye Lin's eyes glimmered with a mysterious light as he smiled. You wouldn't understand, not yet. The 10 paths are the legacies of ancient sovereigns, but you've likely never heard of them. It's fine. You're still preoccupied with strength in the present. As for the end of the path, only I and one other pursue it. His gaze shifted to Zhuo Fan, who stood silently in the crowd. Yes, him. Among all the cultivators on this continent, only the two of us know of that place and are striving toward it. Yanmo and Wu Qingqiu exchanged glances, their expressions a mixture of confusion and unease. Yelin's words were cryptic, and they couldn't quite grasp the weight of what he had said. Meanwhile, in the audience, murmurs spread like wildfire. Discussions about the formation, its mysterious power, and Chu Ching Chang's unique constitution filled the air. Among the spectators, Luci's face darkened. He could hear the jeers directed at him, mocking him for being defeated by 4 cultivators, who were a stage below him. Clenching his fists, Luci glared at the formation with renewed hatred. The initial disdain he had shown was gone. Now he regarded it as a true adversary. His eyes narrowed as he analyzed the flow of energy within the formation. Focusing on its center, Chu Ching Chang, a sinister grin spread across his face. His body trembled as a 5-meter-tall green spider projection emerged behind him. Its cruel eyes locked onto the 4 cultivators. The atmosphere grew tense. Everyone understood that Luci was about to go all out. The audience fell silent, their breaths held in anticipation. It wasn't every day one witnessed an ethereal stage, expert unleashing their full power. Even Chu Ching Chang and her team felt the weight of his oppressive aura. They exchanged glances, their expressions grim. Suddenly, Luci's voice boomed. Encompassing poison net! The massive spider projection spewed green gas, which moved like living snakes, slithering toward the 4-element cycle, array. But instead of colliding with the formation's barrier, the gas coiled around it, creating a dense web. It was a trap. Zhuo Fan, watching from the sidelines, narrowed his eyes. He understood Luci's strategy. The 4-element cycle array was intricate and powerful, but it wasn't invincible. Like any formation, it had a critical weakness. It relied on perfect harmony among its users. Disrupt that balance and the entire structure would collapse. Luci's initial assault had been a feint, designed to force the girls to channel their energy into Chu Ching Chang, making her the focal point. By doing so, the other 3 weakened, leaving the formation vulnerable. As the green threads tightened around the formation, Luci's grin widened. "Soul poison explosion!" he shouted. A series of deafening explosions followed, shrouding the stage in green smoke. The audience watched in stunned silence as the stage's protective barrier trembled under the force. Many believed the formation had been broken. When the smoke cleared, what they saw left them speechless. Chu Ching Chang stood at the center, her icy gaze locked onto Luci. Her sword was pointed directly at his throat, its blade radiating a chilling aura. Surrounding her were crystalline ice structures that had neutralized the poisonous threads. Despite the blood staining the lips of her teammates, they remained standing, their power still channeled into her. Luci's confidence shattered. He hadn't anticipated such resilience. The crowd erupted into cheers and gasps, their excitement reaching a fever pitch. Chu Ching Chang's calm, unyielding stance sent a clear message. The 4-element cycle array was far from defeated.